Good evening, everyone. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I'm Glenn Cassie. Mike has the week off. We start this evening with breaking news on the war in Iran. This is a live look from the White House where President Trump says he's holding off on a massive bombing campaign against Iran tonight. The news breaking just over an hour before his 5 p.m. deadline for Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. President Trump is offering a 2-week pause if Iran agrees to a ceasefire and reopens the strait. In a social media post, he said the U.S. would suspend further strikes if Iran allows the safe and immediate reopening of the key shipping route. He also says Iran has proposed what he calls a, quote, workable 10-point peace plan, adding that most major issues have already been agreed upon. Earlier today, Trump said that, quote, a whole civilization would die tonight if Iran didn't agree to a deal. The White House says the president stands with Iranian civilians, but insists Iran must agree to a deal to avoid further destruction. To date, more than 1,600 Iranian civilians have been killed by U.S.-Israeli forces. Now let's go to downtown Chico, where some community members are holding a protest of the war in Iran. The North States News' Keith Jogonatis is at Children's Park with what he's seen. Keith?
And Glenn, good evening. Despite that 2-week ceasefire being negotiated by President Trump, many around the country nonetheless outraged at what the president put on social media earlier today, and especially right here in the heart of Chico, California. This is the scene currently at Children's Park. This was an impromptu protest that took place, and as you can see, this is just the start, aka the tip of the iceberg. Many people in Chico outraged at what the president put on social media earlier today. He set a Tuesday evening deadline to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, or he would say they would face unspecified retaliation. In that set, he said, quote, a whole civilization will die tonight, never be brought back again. And he also added on that same post on social media, quote, I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. As you can imagine, Glenn, many people outraged. This is the start of the protest tonight. It will likely carry on throughout the day, so we'll wait and see. But reporting live in Chico, Keith Jogonatis, the North States News.
Thank you, Keith. We reached out to several local lawmakers to get reaction to Trump's threats and have only heard back from one so far. Congressman Jared Huffman's office gave us a statement that says, quote, in our name, President Trump is threatening to wipe out 93 million people. He is unwell and must resign or be removed from office immediately. If Republicans won't grow a spine and stand up to this madman, the coming Democratic majority in Congress will do it. I'm ready to lead the charge. All of us must speak out loudly and mobilize for peaceful protests now and a landslide victory in November to bring accountability and sanity to our government, end quote. Now here's Sinclair's question of the day. To participate, you can use your phone's camera to scan the QR code there, or just head to krcrtv.com and click question of the day. If you missed it, we'll show you that QR code again in just a few minutes. We'll be continuing our coverage of the war in Iran here on air and online. If you don't want to miss any updates, follow the coverage on our website, krcrtv.com. You can also download the KRCR News Channel 7 mobile app or find more coverage on the KRCR YouTube page. Turning now to some local news. We're following the Anderson City Council meeting tonight as residents are expected to speak out in public comments about two issues not on the agenda. First, a 60-bed youth behavioral health facility proposed for the city of Anderson. Leaders, law enforcement, and residents say they were not made aware until recently of the project. Then a group of residents are also expected to speak out about frustrations on Shasta County's new waste regulations, including higher rates and fines for improperly sorted trash. The meeting starts in just under a half hour at 5:30. Well, there was little major discussion at today's Shasta County Board of Supervisors meeting. Public Works Director Troy Bartlemay presented a proposed update to the Cottonwood Sewer Plan, which would significantly increase development fees from about $6,700 to more than $28,000 per household equivalent. Leaders say the increase is needed to fund future expansion as the current system is nearing capacity. The proposal would not impact existing customers but would apply to future development. This conversation will continue at the next meeting. That's set to take place on April 21st. The Shasta County Probation Department also gave a presentation to the board on the new mobile van before setting it up for an open house. We'll give you an inside look later tonight at 6:30. A motorcyclist died in a crash last night east of Anderson. The crash happened around 6:30 p.m. near Dersh and Bent Branch Road. CHP learned a 62-year-old driver of a 2000 Toyota sedan crossed over a double yellow line into the westbound lane and collided with a 2017 Harley-Davidson motorcycle. The 52-year-old motorcyclist was ejected and died at the scene. Investigators said neither driver appeared impaired. A 5-year-old boy drowned yesterday in Shasta Lake. It happened at around 11:20 in the morning at Turntable Bay. The Shasta County Sheriff's Office says multiple agencies responded after the child went underwater without wearing a life jacket. A search effort was launched there, and shortly after 12:30 in the afternoon, the boy's body was recovered. The Sheriff's Office says no foul play is suspected, and they're offering condolences to the family. They're also reminding the public that water temperatures remain dangerously cold right now and urge anyone recreating on the water to use proper safety equipment. Shasta County public health leaders are declaring the measles outbreak over. Public health confirmed a recent suspected case was found to not be measles, officially ending the outbreak that began in late January. In total, 9 cases were reported and all individuals have fully recovered. Public health says the MMR vaccine remains the best protection with up to 97% effectiveness after 2 doses. They're also urging residents to avoid travel to outbreak areas unless fully vaccinated and to contact a doctor if exposure is suspected. Let's take a turn now. Here's the view from the roof of Hilton Garden Inn at I-5 in South Bonneview through the Wind River Resort and Casino Sky Camera. Beautiful day out there today. We had one more 80-degree day from many of the valley communities, but tomorrow is going to be a different story. Meteorologist Colin Thies says temperatures are going to begin to rapidly cool down. Hey, Colin.
Yeah, we're going to see one more nice day heading into Wednesday, but after that, well, we're going to be on a downhill trend as far as those temperatures go. Right now, pretty much a perfect day across the board in the region. 78 in Redding, 77 in Red Bluff and Corning, 77 as well in Chico. Those coastal regions seeing a little bit cooler there as we had that marine layer really linger on through much of late morning. They're keeping us quite a bit cooler. 54 in Eureka, 53 in Crescent City, 76 in the inland areas, Willow Creek, 79 in Hayfork, and 77 for Weaverville. And well, where were we at this point yesterday? Well, we're quite a bit cooler across the region. Redding about 3 degrees cooler from this time yesterday, and even areas like Red Bluff, Corning, and Chico all right around 6 to 7 degrees cooler at this time today. And well, we got one more warm day into tomorrow before we do see a system really move in and bring in those cooler temperatures. Now we'll end on this Redding at 10-day. Now once again, we have an 80-degree day on the way on Wednesday, but as we do progress through the latter end of the week and into the weekend, well, a nice cool off is on the way, Glenn.
Thank you, Colin. Just ahead, we take a look at the revenue tribal gaming operations bring in compared to traditional businesses in the North State, as well as how that money is shared next. And if you missed it, here's the QR code to answer Sinclair's question of the day. We'll be right back. More news after the break.